Are you looking for 10 best things to do in New York City, even in case you're now no longer mesmerized through the metropolis's hovering skyscrapers and monuments? You may be blown away through its flourishing arts, food, style, and nightlife scenes. You can spend your morning surfing Fifth Avenue's clothier racks and your afternoon catching beautiful metropolis perspectives from the top of the rock observation deck or from the seat of a helicopter. Or, in case you're an artwork lover, you could respect the hanging works on show on the Met and the Guggenheim earlier than feasting on ethnic fare in Chinatown or Little Italy. If you continue to have a few strength left over, do not leave out the danger to snag tickets to an award-prevailing Broadway display or jump over to one of the low-key rooftop bars and jazz golf equipment illuminating the meatpacking district after dark. For a bit extra steerage while traveling the metropolis's pinnacle sites, don't forget signing up for a guided excursion. Here is the list of 10 best things to do in New York City. 1. Central Park. This Part Museum. Part Life Performance Corridor swallows important Manhattan, and a few of the metropolis's maximum excellence sites are located subsequent to it or inside its limits. The Guggenheim, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the American Museum of Natural History, to call some. But tourists insist which you should not simply by skip through Central Park for your manner to some other region. This 843-acre inexperienced area is a fave of New Yorkers and vacationers. You could come right here to exercise, dine, visit the zoo, and extra. Central Park is super 12 months round and is a have-to-see for all of us coming to New York, says Josephine Danielson, head concierge on the Four Seasons Hotel New York. People won't comprehend Central Park has numerous hidden treasures. If you're seeking out something different, I inform visitors to go to the Conservatory Garden. 2. American Museum of Natural History. Visitors love the American Museum of Natural History off Central Park West. Whether you are exploring the interactive famous at the land, the ocean, or outer area, consumer evaluations tackle a not unusual place theme. This museum is incredible. Even the cafeteria and present keep are really well worth your notice. There are about 32 million artifacts internal, unfold throughout 4 metropolis blocks, 25 homes, and through 45 exhibition halls, so do not even plan on seeing the entirety in a single day. The Rose Center for Earth and Space is a specific favorite. However, you need to additionally plan on traveling the dinosaurs, the Hall of the Universe, and the Butterfly Conservatory. Local specialists additionally say this museum is one of the first-rate activities as a own circle of relatives traveling New York City. It's an inventive region, true for all of us of any age, and it is instructional and interactive, says Richard Tucker, head concierge at the Refinery Hotel. Local specialists say the organization is one of the metropolis's cannot leave out museums. 3. Rockefeller Center and top of the Rock Observation Deck. This iconic plaza has it all. Stunning sculptures and considerable skating rink, a fishbowl view of NBC studios, plus hordes of shops and restaurants. Though absolutely there can be excessive crowds, that is an enjoy it really is really well worth having at the least as soon as, during the wintertime vacations, the plaza glints with an illuminated Christmas tree and skaters gliding throughout the ice rink. But do not be concerned in case your New York journey would not take region all through the bloodless months. There's lots to do 12 months round. If you intend beforehand, you could spend a morning looking at taping of the Today display, a day watching the metropolis from the top of the Rock Observation Deck, and a night catching an overall performance at Radio City Music Hall. Travelers say the top of the Rock gives a number of the first-rate perspectives of Manhattan, and say the enjoy is really well worth each penny. Visitors propose reserving the combination price tag that consists of an excursion of the constructing and the commentary deck access. 4. Patrick's Cathedral. This sprawling cathedral sits amid the hustle and distinctively secular bustle of Rockefeller Center, but that does not do away with from its otherworldly vibe. Whether you are non-secular or simply making an architectural pilgrimage, you cannot assist however be inspired through St. Patrick's. Travelers love the small ancient church's splendor and stained glass home windows, however say you ought not to carve out an excessive amount of time to look at. Previous travelers additionally advocate traveling at Christmas time to honestly see the church in all its glory. 5. Bryant Park. Just south of Times Square lies a number of the maximum stunning 4 acres in Manhattan. Bryant Park, though its lush and experienced area has existed for extra than 150 years, Bryant Park turned into a revitalization venture of the 90s that made it a sanctuary for locals and vacationers alike. This is the favored region for Midtown Manhattan experts to return back consume lunch, for fashionistas to strut all through Style Week, and for performers to show off their abilities all through Broadway in Bryant Park, and piano with inside the park. You do not want a preplanned occasion to experience Bryant Park. You can actually come right here to experience the surroundings or to apply the loose Wi-Fi. Recent traffic do provide some guidelines 11 though, like preventing with inside the New York Public Library, ice skating across the pond or driving at the French Fashion Carousel. The listing of sports would not prevent there. Bryant Park additionally hosts yoga and Tai Chi classes, knitting circles, chess tournaments, and literary events. Unsure of in which to start? Mull over your picks with inside the park's eateries, Bryant Park Grill and Bryant Park Cafe. Recent traffic say a walk through this park makes for a lovely respite from the busy metropolis, and lots of observe how well maintained the grounds are. 6. Metropolitan Museum of Art. No museum with inside the United States is as celebrated because the Metropolitan Museum of Art, spilling over with masterpieces from all around the world, together with excellent collections from ancient Egypt and classical antiquity. The Met is an artwork enjoy in contrast to any other and prefer a lot in New York. It is not possible to look all of the museum has to provide in a single day. If you've got by no means been there, then you definitely need to simply go to its everlasting collections. The primary floor's Greek and Roman artwork, Egyptian artwork, and the second one floor's Islamic artwork famous are specifically famous with tourists. If you've got already visited the Met a time or then plan your subsequent ride across the semi-annual famous through the Costume Institute, or head to the Met Cloisters, an offshoot museum. It really is committed to medieval Europe's artwork and structure positioned in Fort Tyrone Park. 7. National 11th of September Memorial and Museum. The National 11th of September Memorial and Museum serves because the #1 tribute to the almost 3,000 sufferers of the 2001 terrorist assaults, in addition to the 6 misplaced with inside the 1993 bombing. The memorial's dual reflecting swimming pools and man-made waterfalls relaxation as eerie footprints in which the World Trade Center's Twin Towers as soon as stood. The 1-acre swimming pools are enclosed in bronze panels on which the names of each sufferer are inscribed. The museum spans throughout 110,000 rectangular ft and relays the narrative of the assaults through a sequence of multimedia displays, real-time recordings, real artifacts, and an interactive table. Recent traffic stated the general environment of the National 11th of September Memorial and Museum as sobering however moving. After 9/11, the complete metropolis changed. The mentality changed, says Sean Harris, head concierge on the West House Hotel, New York. What turned into knockdown, we rebuilt, and it is a monument to our strength. It's excellent internal despite the fact that a bit somber. Many tourists say they have been inspired with the website online as a complete, noting its respectful and informational displays. 8. Grand Central Terminal. At this stunning Educate station, you could consume a few lunch or keep until you drop. However, latest tourists maximum loved simply taking with inside the surroundings. Before you input, make certain to snap some pictures of the ornate Beaux Arts neoclassical structure outside. Inside the prestigious predominant concourse, you are dealt with to glimmering marble floors, gold and nickel-plated chandeliers, and a sky-themed ceiling. Food alternatives variety from the upscale to the legendary to the short and easy. As mentioned, there also are lots of buying alternatives. 11. Though maximum tourists advocate you depart maximum of Grand Central's highly priced products with inside the store. If you need an Educate themed souvenir, go to the New York Transit Museum store with inside the Commute Passage. 9. Empire State Building. New York City Tourist 101 dictates which you have to swing through this landmark shape in Midtown Manhattan, and in spite of the hefty admission fees, the crowds, and the lengthy traces, latest traffic insist which you may not be sorry. In fact, taking a ride to the pinnacle of the Empire State Building is both the right manner to start or give up your Big Apple excursion. On a clean day, you may be capable of to see the metropolis's main highlights. A few 50 feet under you, pick up the multimedia excursion, to be had in 8 languages, which courses traffic through the icons famous and perspectives with extra history at the constructing's history. The excursion is covered with inside the admission fee and given to visitors to decorate their go-to. 10. Statue of Liberty. This brightly shining beacon attracts traffic 12 months round. So let's speak your traveling alternatives. The maximum famous approach entails ready at the least 90 minutes for the ferry to cart you from Battery Park to the statue positioned on Liberty Island, then creating a prevent at Ellis Island earlier than returning to the mainland. The first boat of the day leaves at 9 a.m. The final boat leaves around 3:30 p.m. However, nearly all tourists whinge of the lengthy, disorganized traces and safety screenings on pinnacle of the $18.50 ferry charge for such an abbreviated ride.